Welcome to Project HQ, where your success in project management begins. Are you ready to master project management? Our professional Scrum Master training equips you with Agile expertise and hands-on Jira skills. Dive into real-world scenarios with us and step into the industry with confidence. Meet Toyin Papula, our expert Agile coach and PMP Pro. Experience hands-on training with essential tools and best practices. Now hear what our students have to say about their journey at Project HQ.
He always uses day-to-day activities and things that we do on a day-to-day basis to incorporate that into Prince 2.
He's got in-depth knowledge of project management methodologies and Scrum, and he's got excellent communication, presentation skills. The classes are very engaging and interactive.
Let's take a listen to our podcast, breaking down the key takeaways from a Scrum class.
Okay, so get ready for a deep dive into the world of Scrum.
Scrum Events, right.
Scrum Events. You guys have given us some awesome material on the topic.
Great info.
We're going to go way past just the basics,
Definitely. Go deep.
Explore all those little details and maybe even uncover a few aha moments.
Oh, I like that.
Right along the way.
Love it.
Yeah.
What's really cool about Scrum is it's not just a framework, right? It's like a whole philosophy.
Yeah.
It's all about welcoming change, continuously improving, and self-organizing. And it all happens within these super well-defined events.
Okay, I love that. So let's start with the sprint itself. What is the real magic that happens during that super focused 2 weeks?
It's like a mini version of a big project, right? You have your sprint planning, and that's more than just figuring out what you're going to build. It's about everyone understanding the why behind it all.
I see.
The whole team commits to a goal, not just a to-do list.
Totally. And I think that's so important, right, for keeping everybody motivated and on track.
It is.
But how do you make sure everyone is really on the same page? Especially when, inevitably things change.
That's where the daily Scrum comes in.
Oh.
It's like managing dependencies as they happen live.
Right.
You're not just saying what you did, you're finding potential roadblocks before they happen.
Yes.
And you're working together to find solutions, right?
Yes, totally.
Having that touch base every day, it keeps things transparent and avoids those last-minute oh no moments.
Right, because who wants to find out you're missing an ingredient right before the pizza goes in the oven?
That's a disaster.
Total disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of pizza, or rather the final product,
yes.
How does the sprint review make sure you're actually making something valuable?
Okay, the sprint review is where transparency meets accountability.
Ooh.
You're not just showing off a working product, right? You're proving you've moved towards the sprint goal. It's a chance for stakeholders to see the value you created, give feedback, and be a part of shaping the product as it grows.
It's like a feedback loop that fuels the next sprint.
Exactly.
But before you jump into that next cycle, there's a super important step, the Sprint Retrospective.
Yes.
I've heard some teams find it a bit,
A chore.
a chore, yeah. How do you make it actually impactful?
You've got to change how you think about it.
Yeah.
It's not about blame, it's about learning.
Okay.
A good retrospective is a place where the team can be honest about their process.
Okay.
What went well, what didn't.
Right.
And most importantly, what can we change to make things better next time? There are a ton of creative techniques out there, like start, stop, continue, or even glad, sad, mad.
Oh, yeah.
Those help you find insights and figure out what to do next.
I love that.
It's not about finger pointing. It's about growing as a team.
And that's the cool part about Scrum, right?
It is.
It's this constant loop of planning, doing, reviewing, and reflecting.
Exactly.
It leads to better products and, more importantly, a stronger team.
Absolutely. Scrum gives you this framework for dealing with the unpredictable stuff that comes with complex work. By breaking it down into smaller pieces, talking all the time, and reflecting on what you're doing, Scrum teams can deliver value bit by bit while still adapting to change.
So if you're looking for a way to manage tough projects, work better together, and create value consistently, Scrum might be the answer.
It could be.
It's not just about checking boxes. It's about building a culture of always getting better.
I like that.
And that's something worth diving deeper into.
I agree.
So let's imagine we're building a pizza delivery app.
Yeah.
Walk me through what happens in a Scrum sprint.
Okay, cool. So it all starts with sprint planning.
Okay.
Picture the team, everyone's gathered around brainstorming all the cool features they want in this app,
So maybe for the first sprint, we focus on the home screen, the ordering function.
Yeah, the essential.
The essential.
Exactly. So that way you have a working piece of the app by the end of the sprint.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So then what happens during the sprint itself? Do we all just go off and code on our own?
No way. Scrum is all about talking to each other.
Okay.
That's where the daily Scrum comes in, those stand-up meetings.
Uh-huh.
Think of it as a quick check-in.
Yeah.
Everyone shares what they've done, what they're doing, and if anything is blocking them,
Okay.
like, are we waiting on another team for something?
Oh.
Did the oven break down?
Right.
Right?
So,
I love that. It keeps everyone in the loop and catches problems early.
Exactly.
But what happens at the end of the sprint? Pizza party.
Well, I mean, we do love pizza.
Right.
But first, it's time for the sprint review.
Okay.
This is where we show off the app, the working app, to the stakeholders,
Mm-hmm.
the product owner, maybe even some potential users.
Oh, wow.
We get their feedback, like how's the crust?
Right.
Do they want more toppings? That kind
Yeah.
of thing. And that feedback shapes what happens in the next sprint. Right?
Exactly. But before we move on, there's one super important step, the Sprint Retrospective.
Okay.
This is where the team kind of looks back at the sprint and says, okay, what went well? What could we do better? Like, did we add too much sauce?
Uh-huh.
Was the oven temperature right? It's analyzing how we make our pizza,
That all sounds super efficient and delicious.
It's a continuous loop
Yeah.
of planning, doing, checking, and adjusting, just like perfecting a pizza recipe, right?
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by a big project, think pizza, think Scrum.
That's it.
Break it down, talk to each other, and keep iterating until you have that perfect pie or, product.
Exactly.
Right.
What we've talked about today are the basics.
Yeah.
What's exciting is that you can use these Scrum principles for anything, not just software.
Right.
Any project where people need to work together and be flexible.
Right.
So think about it. What could you accomplish using Scrum?
It's food for thought, for sure.
I like that. Food for thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for this deep dive. This has been really helpful.
Of course. My pleasure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
See you later here.
For more information, contact us at info@projecthq.live or call +474 158 79219. Visit our website, www.projecthq.live. Join Project HQ today, and let's begin your path to project management excellence.